It's from Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh, okay. I saw that once.
I love
It's a
it.
classic.
Not my cup of tea.
Too old.
Yeah, you're just too old and lame.
Even though it's from 2007.
Yeah. Hey, old people are lame.
It's the program. All right, I'm going to try it again. Can't believe this.
General Effect Media is proud to present the program.
It's the program for Wednesday, March 25th, 2026. I'm Daniel Montoya Jr. It's General Effect Media, and we're joined by the two youngsters who it took long enough for them to start flaming me and roasting me on camera. Little Wing Willie over here. How's it going, Little Wing?
I prefer not that name.
Nope.
But
Well,
okay.
I got nothing. And nothing but lies from Aaron Blackley over here. Works for the lamestream media now.
Yeah, I'm turning a new leaf.
A new Leaf. Leaf Blackley. Can we call you Leaf?
Leaf?
No, I'm not going to call you
Blackleaf.
Blackleaf. From the House of Blackleaf. I don't know. I think it's catchy. Let us know in the comment section down below if you think Blackleaf is funny. And would you spell it L-E-A-F or L-I-E-F? Let us know. Or maybe like L-I-E-V, like Liv Schreiber. So fine, don't worry about it. Hey, Little Wing, did you commit to band this week?
I did.
What'd you do? Did you go back to Dallas?
I went to Dallas.
Now, there's another reason why you go to Dallas all the time, right? Or am I incorrect?
There's one other reason.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so you're there almost all the time anyway, right? During the weekends?
No.
Oh, okay. But when there's a show, he might as well go, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you went to the WGI Burleson / Dallas Regional, huh?
Yep.
We'll talk about that more in a little bit.
And I also went to, on Sunday on the way back, I went to Goldie's Barbecue.
Aaron is our resident barbecue Shinado. How do you find Goldie's Barbecue?
I mean, I've only heard amazing things about them.
Is it on the list? On any of the lists?
Yeah, they're number one on the previous list. They're number 3 currently. Probably should still be number 1,
Oh my God. Overtaking Interstellar Barbecue and Franklin's Barbecue?
Yeah.
Where's Goldie's, Brenham?
It's
I don't know why I said that.
slightly south of Fort Worth.
Oh, I see.
And I never knew why people would cry over food.
But you did?
And then I had Goldie's and I cried
What
over
specifically?
food. It was pretty much everything.
Uh-huh.
It was the pork belly is probably the greatest barbecue item I've ever had in my life.
You heard it here first. Goldie sponsor us by sending us pork belly.
And then I went with a few friends, and then we all had the bread pudding. And when we had the bread pudding, 3 of us started crying because of how good it was. And we didn't expect to do that at all. Yeah,
Well, I'm not a bread pudding fan, so it doesn't matter. But all right, I'll take your word for it. I'll give it a shot. Did you commit to band, Mr. Blackleaf?
I did not watch band. However, I did, as usual, go to a few concerts.
Oh,
I
that's right.
went to 2 concerts.
You go to quite a bit.
Yeah.
At Emo's?
Yeah, I did go to
Oh my God, I was just...
That's where I saw this band Gouge Away.
Gouge away. With the Torchy's Devil Angel?
Well, it's a devil breathing fire on ice. You can interpret it however you want. And however you want to interpret it, I think you're probably interpreting it correctly.
Sure, yeah.
But I was there for Wednesday, and they were just the opener. But I mean, I bought the shirt, so
Yeah, wow.
you can tell that
Aaron is keeping local artists alive.
I'm not local.
Okay. Small-time artists?
I guess they're.
Mid-major?
I'd say they're like that. Like the
Are
middle
they
class.
suffering at the hands of AI, Aaron?
That's a good question.
It is. That's why I asked it. It's also a little layered because of previous conversations, but maybe that's something you could do some research on. I got nothing. I committed to band by writing music. That's just how I do it. I did watch some video, try to find more videos online. It's tough to find some good videos of groups. I was trying to find videos from this Saturday, but where are all the leaks from the WGI regionals? That's what I want to know. Aaron, William, what do y'all think? No? Well, it's your job to give me the leaks.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Why don't we take a look at the recap, speaking of this, and we're going to start In Ashburn, not Ashburn, I'm sorry. My notes have Atlanta. So I guess I'm going to start in Atlanta. It's out of order. In Cumming, Georgia. And we're going to focus on the groups that are attending WGI World Championships, because this weekend was the last WGI Percussion show until championships, because we have state championships. I'm correct, right? Yeah, I looked it up, I think, pretty sure. And then we have Easter, and then we also have color guard championships. So we're kind of, I think Easter is late, or I don't know how it works this year. There's the way the calendar works. Anyway, this is the last weekend of WGI shows. So if we look at the Atlanta, I want to say it correctly, Atlanta Percussion and Winds Regional Plus, presented by the Commandant's own United States Marine Corps. We support the troops. You may not support the war, or excursions, or incursions, or the yellings of a madman. All right, so in Percussion Scholastic A, Alpharetta High School is attending. They won with an 87.275. I don't know if that's a high score for right now, but it feels like a good enough score. I don't know. Anybody know? Do you know, Aaron?
I do not.
It's okay. When we go to Percussion Independent A, the Carolina Storm Indoor Percussion, third out of 3 groups with the 72.1. Percussion Independent A is it's a smaller attended type of the independent groups. Not sure how that score fits. Could be a finalist, not really sure. I don't know. We'll find out. If we go into Percussion Scholastic Concert A, 3 of the 4 groups will be attending. We have Pendleton in first, Noonan in second, John Harden's not attending in third, Westside in fourth. Almost a 9-point difference between first and fourth. Basically a 3-point difference between first and second. If we move to Scholastic Concert World, 2 more groups. This was like the attending Dayton concert percussion competition. Catawba Ridge in first with an 88.1 over Turnstall with an 80. Catawba Ridge, definitely a medalist contender of the past and more likely this year. Jumping to Percussion Scholastic Open, the 2nd, the 4th, and the 6th place are attending WGI. We have Chattahoochee in 2nd, South Forsyth in 4th, and Tupelo in 6th. With a gap about 5 points between 2nd and 6th, with the gap almost 7 or 8 points between 1st and 6th. And then Percussion Independent Open, Q2 in 1st, Infinity 3rd, and Paradigm Percussion in 3rd. Infinity 3 is in 2nd, rather. Those 3 are attending. I'm not certain, again, how they take like 15 finalists. So this is the one where you have to go like, oh yeah, they take 3 more groups than a normal BOA type thing. Does Color Guard ever take 20? Am I making that up?
I feel like the Scholastic A guard finals are massive.
Like 500 in prelims. Scholastic World, Dorman and Milton are both attending, first and second place, 86 to 82.725. So a pretty significant gap. And then all the Percussion Independent Worlds are attending. Are there any independent world groups that, I guess if you're independent, you're going? So I don't know why I said that. I don't know, whatever. Unless you're one of those where all the schools join together to form an independent group because you have to, then that becomes very different. Wow, we have Music City Mystique back on first. Over Infinity, over Atlanta Quest, over Cap City, over Civitas Independent, over Infinity 2, and over Audio Theater. It was not a clean sweep in all the subcaptions for Mystique. Infinity did get some in Effect, Music, and Music in general, but Mystique 93.675 over 92.075. Mystique back in the hunt for the top half after maybe a little shaky in this last year. Now we go to Ashburn, Virginia. Hey, we know people in Virginia, or person in Virginia, right? Does he live in Virginia? Did he just go to Virginia? He lives in the DMV.
Yeah, he's DMV.
But he went to Virginia law.
Yes.
Shout out to the lawyer. Not many people attending Nationals. Percussion Scholastic A, the 3rd place group, Enlow Magnet. They got 3rd out of 5th. And then we go to Percussion Scholastic Concert Open, where both groups are attending. Broadneck High School in first with an 89.3. Cleveland in second with an 86.5. This is Concert Open, so these groups are... I think they only take 10 or 12, so they're in the middle, if I remember correctly how it was last year. In Concert World, Grassfield High School in first with an 18-point win over Corinth Holders. That was including a 0.3 penalty, so a pretty significant win. Scholastic Open, Thomas Jefferson in first, Hempfield in second, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania in third, and Downington West in fourth. All 4 will be attending Nationals. And then in Percussion Independent Open, Spectre in first, Imperial Dynasty in second, Old Line Independent Percussion in third, Rock Ridge High School combined. So that's what we were talking about, how sometimes you have to be an independent group if you're combining now that they were in 4th. All of those groups will be attending Dayton. And then in Percussion Independent World, my favorite show of the year, George Mason University, the only group there, 92.3. Does that put them over Mystique? We'll get to it in a sec. Going to the Corn State. Hey, how about those Nebraska Cornhusker? Do you follow basketball? They had never won a tournament game ever, and they've won. They're like Sweet 16.
Sweet 16.
Yeah, it's like it's like saying we've never made finals at a BOA regional, and then we go and make Grand National finals. That's never happened, right? It did. It was Prosper. They had never marched in a regional finals.
Wait, really?
Yeah, the Daniels can confirm this, but I think it's one of those where they made finals, but it got rained out. And so they made Grand National finals before they performed in a regional finals in Texas. Like it was, I think it's Prosper. Who else? It wouldn't have been South Lake Carroll. I think it has to be Prosper. It was just this weird, it's crazy. Anyway.
Maybe, wait, I think Carroll, that's true for Carroll as well.
Is it true for Carroll?
Yeah, because they did or did they do 2 regionals that year? Because they did DFW and got 13th, I think. Then I think they might have done Prosper, and I forgot if they made finals there. I think they might have made finals there.
Was that like 20?
It was 22,
3?
Was up to smoke the genie bottle?
Yeah.
I don't remember, but I feel like there was Prosper for a while.
Yeah.
They held that distinction. Are there any groups that would hold that distinction? Who never made finals at a regional and then made Grand National finals?
I mean, if you go back far enough, you can find a
you
bunch,
can find anything if you go back far enough. Not a lot of groups from Bellevue in percussion are attending. Spark Percussion in Independent A, they won. And then we go to Scholastic Open, Brandon Valley in first, Papillion La Vista South in second. Both of those are attending for Percussion Scholastic Open. All right. Percussion Scholastic A at the WGI Dallas Percussion and Winds Regional, Burleson, Texas. Hot Wing Willie, did you go to the whole day? Did you stay? Did you watch everything?
Yep.
Cool.
Actually, no.
Okay.
I did not see some of the concert groups.
That's fine. You don't like concert percussion anyway.
Everything else, I think I saw the last 2 concert groups and then everything after.
All right, so we'll talk about this and you can tell me what you saw. Did you see Percussion Scholastic A, where Central from San Angelo was in first, Weatherford's in second? Those 2 are attending Dayton. Central has an 83.175 with Weatherford at an 81.625. Did you see him?
I don't remember.
Okay, he doesn't remember them.
I think I saw Central.
But those 2 are attending. Central's been very strong. I think this might be their first time attending. They probably have a good chance, but we'll get to the rankings and all that in a second. We go to Percussion Scholastic Concert A, which you probably did not see.
I did not see.
Atoka High School was in second from Oklahoma. They are attending. Not sure how they fit, but we'll get to the rankings soon enough. We get to Percussion Scholastic Open, where 4 of the 6 groups will be attending Dayton. We had Sonia Sotomayor in first, South Lake Carroll in second, Boswell in fourth, Chisholm Trail in fifth. Sotomayor had an 86.775, a pretty significant win over 85.025 South Lake Carroll. Boswell with an 81.9, so almost 5 points away. Chisholm Trail 80.625, more than 6 points away. Did you watch Scholastic Open?
I did.
Give us some thoughts.
Deserved win, especially visually. Sonia Sotomayor's visual book is really, really good.
Word.
I also very memorable because I remember they were the one group that had really, really low snare tuning. And I was like, I was trying to figure out.
And do you like really low snare tuning?
If it works, it works.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm not really picky as long as it works.
Now the judges would agree with you that they were straight firsts in visual, and then it was a little muddy after that in terms of that. Music, not their strong point. In fact, Forney was in first place in percussion. Boswell was in second. South Lake Carroll was in third. Sonia Sotomayor was in fourth. They're now third or fourth year, Sonia Sotomayor?
Fourth year.
Fourth year, so the first class probably of all 4 years of their kids, or at least the majority of it. Still relatively young, but do you agree with that? One judge put him in second for Music 1, and John Merritt put him in fourth, which pretty much put them in fourth.
Uh,
Do you remember how they drummed?
are
how
you
they chugged?
talking about Sotomayor?
Yes, Sonia Sotomayor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
If I remember correctly, yeah. I think that's about right.
Forney having some problem in effect. Third in effect music, fifth in effect visual, but their performance scores were higher. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Does that sound about right? You can say yes or no. You were there. You are an expert now.
I want to say no.
You also so you disagree. Do you think they play? Do you think the show was they played as well as the show, or the show was as good as they're playing? Silence is
not sure.
You don't remember? It's fine.
No, I mean I remember.
Didn't Forney do the Dark Circus show last year, or was that North Forney? I can't remember.
I'm not sure.
But last year's show was really, if it's who
Forney Historic is always a really good program.
Yeah.
They're always really, really good.
Yeah, and pretty all over the place, right? Ed gave him a third, McIntosh gave him fourth, Waymire gave him third, Jeremy Hunt gave him fifth. So you kind of have a disagreement of where they should be, but an agreement that they weren't top three pretty much on there. Burleson, pretty consistent in the fifth or sixth spot. Chisholm Trail had a few subcaptions higher than that, but for the most part, Sonia Sotomayor was in control of this. If they can clean up their beats, and they have almost 4 weeks, right? You always want to be dirty because you can get cleaner. You don't want them to say your show sucks, because then what are you going to do? Percussion Independent Open, where recent climber what did the UTSA get last year? Like second or third? They were really high last year. I think they I say this whenever a group
got second.
They changed. Did they change design teams or change philosophies? Not really certain, but they came out of nowhere from middle of the pack ish. UTSA with a commanding 89.8 over Sun City Independent from El Paso, 85.85. Synergy from the RGV, 84.825. Lotus from Arkansas, 79.4, so over a 10-point difference. Those four will be attending Dayton. Other than one subcaption in effect music, UTSA dominant in first. Sun City and Synergy traded second and thirds. Do you remember anything from Percussion Independent Open?
I do.
Lay it on us.
At prelims, I think UTSA won by more. They won by like 5 points in prelims.
So it closed up a little
I remember disagreeing strongly with just the gap. Not like...
Should be a bigger gap or smaller gap?
Smaller gap.
Oh, okay.
Because UTSA musically had an abnormally dirty run in prelims. It was incredibly dirty.
Okay.
But their content's really good.
Sure.
So, and they still got first in music and prelims, and I was a little confused. I was like, that's probably content, because their content is
perhaps
so much higher.
Makes sense.
But Sun City had a really good prelims run, like musically, and I was like, I might have Sun City over them, like in cleanliness. But UTSA's content is just so much stronger, and their visual content's also leagues better than everybody else. And
I would imagine so, compared to everyone that's.
And then UTSA's finals run was really good. So I was like, oh yeah.
Looks like it. Yeah, looks like we made it.
It was a smaller gap in finals, which really made me.
So you would have had the bigger gap in finals.
Yeah, I would have a bigger gap in finals.
Well, I look forward to seeing UTSA. I cannot comment on that, but we will comment somewhat on it in a little bit. Percussion Scholastic World mainstays Burleson Centennial in first over last year's second or third place Bridgeland.
Second.
Pretty close, 90.875 to a 90.455. Looks like visual. Well, I mean, it's interesting because there was a penalty. That's what it was. That's right. There was a .87 penalty.
In prelims, Bridgeland beat Burleson Centennial.
Okay. So there's a penalty. I was going to say, how did Burleson Centennial win? They were second pretty much across the board. Yeah. It was because of the penalty. John Merritt did put BC over in music, and then Steve Collins in visual. So Burleson Centennial winning two kind of judges.
They were really, really close in quality. I was like, I don't know who's going to win this.
and I've seen Burleson Centennial for years, and their shows are always amazing. They're always very deep. They're always very emotional. Like I think Richard and his whole team, that what they do is consistently very, very good. But then Bridgeland, I don't want to call them a young upstart, but they're younger, and they have a different type of vibe and different type of design style. And so, last year Bridgeland second, Burleson was like 6 or 7. I can't remember. So
this year they both have really, really strong shows.
Oh, I'm very excited.
Bridgeland does a show that's they do a lot with the concept that they have.
Okay.
And Burleson Centennial also does a pretty good amount with what the concept. They have a garbage show, like an actual like garbage show about garbage.
Okay, all right, calm down.
So it's not a garbage show, but it's a show about garbage, and it's really really good.
Awesome. And then PIW, where darling of WGI Independent World, especially according to Tony Lyman, who says they're a sleeper, but it's like, what do you mean it can't be sleeper? We've been talking about him for weeks. Mm-hmm. I don't know where you've been. Probably sleeping. Rhythmic Force in first all the way across the board, 89.745 with pretty much a 3-ish point gap. Vigilantes Indoor Percussion in second, straight across the board. Resistance Indoor Percussion third, straight across the board. What do you remember from those three groups? And do you still agree with Aaron about Rhythmic Force? I forgot what you said. What did you say that we disagreed with?
You said it was just another.
Oh, just another Rhythmic Force show. I'm just.
I mean,
it's fine. It's fine. You know what? You know what I haven't done publicly on this show. Remember when you said you didn't think Sci-Fair was going to make finals in Independent Percussion Scholastic World, and we all got on you, but you said my friend said that.
Yes.
Your friend was Hot Wing Take Willie, wasn't
Did I say
it?
that?
Yeah, you did.
And
this was
guess
like early
what happened?
season.
Oh, it was early season?
Yeah.
When I saw the
Aaron
show,
was like my friend says, and I was like, I just judged them, and they're like going to be, yeah. And so anyway, so you're both, I mean, hey, come on. Anyway, so leave your comments in the comment section down below. All right, so what are we talking about? Oh, Rhythmic Force, VIP, and Resistance. What'd you think?
I mean, Rhythmic Force was the best there by a long shot. Vigilantes show they played it so unbelievably safe. It's another one of those phone bad shows that you see in indoor like 50 times a year. So it's just kind of, I mean, they're still very good, but the show does not do them any favors for scoring wise.
Gotcha.
But then Rhythmic Force comes out with a really, really, really good show.
A show just like any other that
just like any other they've ever done. Really good. A lot of really cool visual and staging ideas. I didn't think that the flashes in prelims, like when they have like camera flashes.
Yeah.
In prelims it was fine. In finals it kind of gave me a headache because I've been hearing loud noises all day, and I saw the flashes. I was like, my lid hurt.
Yeah.
It hurt.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're really good. Okay. And I could. I don't know if I want to say this yet.
Oh, say it. Lay it on us.
That there is a chance that they could maybe possibly get top half in finals this year.
Rhythmic Force. That would be 7.5, right? Do they take 15 to finals?
I think they take 15.
Let's check.
15 or 14.
They take 15. So 15. Are you saying they could get 7th or 8th?
I think they could get 7th or 8th.
Ooh, you heard it here first. Hot take. Willie B is saying Rhythmic Force is going to get 7th or 8th.
I didn't say they would. I said that there's a chance they could.
We're going to clip this.
Okay.
We're going to clip it. I did run into the director of Rhythmic Force at the HEB. And I was like, hey, man, really enjoyed your show. Oh, cool. Thanks. I go, did you change anything? He goes, nope, it's the same design team. I go, what'd you do different? He goes, we just got smarter. I was like, cool. Yep. All right, there you go.
I love it.
Yeah, that's all you need. That's all you need to know.
That's great.
Our good friends, the computer, speaking of AI, puts together their WGI current rankings based off of latest score, and then they do a whole thing and blah, blah, blah. I'm sure they use AI. But let's talk about it, because we were talking about where things rank. So we're going to start off with WGI wins. If we go in independent first, Strike Wins is in first. Vaquero from Texas is currently seated second. Horizon out of Florida is in third. LSM, who I've heard, who someone in the comment section finally educated us. It used to stand for Lake Shore Men. Lake Shoremen, I'm assuming, not the Lake Shore Men, right? But now I think it's just changed. It's organically now. It's just like LSM. Kind of like ESPN used to stand for something. MTV used to stand for something too, but not anymore. And then Legacy out of Florida is currently seated 5th on there. So we might have some Texas representation. Good for that. We will not have any in Independent Open, where Valhalla Wins is in first out of Ohio. River City Rhythm is in second. Obsidian Wins. Strike Wins 2 is in fourth. And Elevate Wins is in 5th. And then Independent A, Hydra Wins first. Carlisle in second. Vortex Indoor Wins in third. Pamlico, is that right? That doesn't sound right. That sounds like he might have I don't know. Wins is in 4th, and then Del Sol wins out of California is in 5th. So nothing too crazy. But then we get into Scholastic. We're going to start at the bottom. I'm sorry, I don't mean the bottom. We're going to start at the lower class, because I say on the bottom because on my sheet they're on the bottom. It doesn't mean that they're at the bottom. So I want to clarify that so I don't get canceled like canceled Roan. In WSA, first, New Bedford's in 1st. North Lincoln out of North Carolina is in 2nd. Damien in 3rd. Papillion, La Vista South in 4th. We mentioned them earlier. And John Harden out of Kentucky, currently ranked 5th. In WSO, Miamisburg, Ohio in 1st, Washington High School 2nd, Davies County in 3rd, Valley Christian in 4th, and John L. Leonard High School. Is that John I? That looks like a capital I to me.
I think it's an L.
But it looks like so is it a lowercase L?
Or wait.
Because it looks like a capital
no, it is
I.
an I.
John I. Leonard in 5th. I sigh because you can just say the same thing every time. World Scholastic wins, Avon in 1st. Catawba Ridge in 2nd. Greenfield Central in 3rd. South Jones mentioned in 4th. And Westfield High School, Indiana in 5th. Excuse me. I got excited. Had to cough. Let's get into concert class, the one that Willie said he didn't watch. He didn't care about. It's okay.
I watched a little bit.
Okay. In A, Warren East is in 1st. New Bedford mentioned in 2nd. Price Charter School in 3rd. Pendleton, South Carolina in 4th. And Canton McKinley in 5th out of Ohio. Scholastic Concert Open. We finally have some Texas representation. Don't count out Kiski area in 1st. Broadneck in 2nd. Klein Collins High School out of Texas in 3rd. Ben Davis in 4th. And the best cheese group of the group, Munster High School in 5th out of Indiana. And then Scholastic Concert World. This is going to be fun. Timber Creek out of Florida in 1st. Vista Marietta in 2nd. Fishers in 3rd. Ayala in 4th. And Corona del Sol. This might be like the most interesting battle of the groups. I think my co-hosts are texting each other in the middle of showing. So, no? Okay. Well, they just looked at each other. That was my sound of that. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Are you going to go to Concert World in Dayton?
I'm not going to Dayton. I want to.
I'll go see it if it doesn't conflict. Let's get into marching, shall we? Percussion Scholastic A. We have 15 groups. We're just going to name them from bottom to top, 15 to top. Upper Moreland, 15. Mansfield, 14. Oh, there's a tie. Excuse me, he has a tie. Does he? 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yep, there's a tie. All right, 16. Upper Moreland, 15. Mansfield, 14. Ugogan Cocoa. Downington East, Highland Regional, Alpharetta in 11th, Temple City in 10th, John C. Birtlebow, my favorite name to say, 9th, Liverpool 7th, Choctawhatchee, Florida out of 7th, Unionville 5th, Hardin Valley Academy also in 5th, Owen J. Roberts in 3rd, Everett High School in 3rd, E.D. White Catholic High School in 2nd, and your boy called it, Jordan Elbridge High School out of New York, currently seated 1st. Said they were going to medal. Wouldn't be surprised if they win, and look at that. They're in 1st place right now.
Nice.
Yeah. That's why I judge. And I also get paid to judge. If we go to Scholastic Open, we have some Texas representation. And guess what? They're right next to each other. It gives me a great honor to say this. In 15th, Trumbull High School out of Connecticut. He must have typed that with such pride. Such pride. 14, West Shore School District. 13, Legacy. 12, Pacifica. 11, Arborview. 10, Brandon Valley. 9, Carroll, Indiana. 8, Zionsville Community High School. Might want to change that word. Sonia Sotomayor in 7th. 7th. That's top half, right? Mm-hmm. Jordan High School out of Fulshire or Katy? Katy in 6th. We haven't even mentioned them in a while.
Yeah, I think Jordan, it's a Katy school, but they are in
Fulshire. That's right. And they compete in TCGC, so they probably went to the Houston Regional as opposed to maybe the Dallas Regional. Pace out of Florida in 5th, Noblesville in 4th, Norwalk in 3rd, Greenwood in 2nd, and the defending champion, Victor J. Andrew, in 1st. Things are lining up the way they were, the way they are, the way they should be. I don't know. Scholastic World, we have 4 Texas representations in the so-called finals. Fishers, 15. Buchanan, 14. Etowanda, 13. Saratoga, 12. Clearbrook in 11th. James Logan in 10th. Cy Fair in 9th. Hey, Aaron, I don't think they're going to make World Finals. Yeah,
This is my cross to bear forever.
Center Grove in 8th. Bridgeland in 7th, because I guess he's taking the final score. Burleson Centennial in 6th. Arcadia in 5th. Woo! Avon, oh, this is weird. Avon in 4th, Ayala in 3rd. It's like A, B. I am not kidding you. If you go 3rd all the way down, Ayala, Avon, Arcadia, Burleson, Bridgeland, Center Grove, Cy Fair. It's like, anyway, Vista Murrieta in 2nd, and Chino Hills in 1st. Like a commanding 1st, 2nd. Those are pretty solid as we're going to get. Let's get into independent land. Independent world, where we have, shockingly, only one Texas group in the top 15. We are missing previous finalist VIP. We are currently missing perennial finalist Monarch. They are not listed. Now, has anyone seen them in a while?
I have.
It's been a while, right?
Yeah, it's been a while though.
Okay. Doesn't surprise you?
No.
Okay. 15
At least
POW!
not right now.
15 POW Percussion. Cap City 14 Impact Percussion at 13. Atlanta Quest in 12th. Redline in 11th. Rhythmic Force currently in 10th. Outside the 7th, 8th, that Hot Wing Willie put in writing in pen in solid ink. Matrix in 9th. United in 8th. Infinity in 7th. The George Mason University in 6th. Whew, that's tough. In 6th. Music City Mystique in 5th on the heels of Broken City in 4th. Pulse Percussion in 3rd. Rhythm X in 2nd. RCC in 1st. This all sounds very exciting. Very, very exciting. I am excited because I need to find out if we're going to get more than one Texas finalist in. Because that's very important to me. What do you have to say to that, Willie? I know you like to say things.
I might have a prediction for finals.
Are you ready to do this?
Not placement, but like a prediction for finals.
All right, here we go.
But this is because of the timeline works out too perfectly and the script is too good.
Like the NBA or the NFL.
Because it was so close and it was back and forth last year between RCC and Rhythm X. It was like RCC, Rhythm X, RCC. I think it's going to do the exact same thing, but it's going to be Rhythm X, RCC, and then Rhythm X might take finals because the judges are going to be like, they've gotten second like 3 years in a row. It's going to be like a Return of the King type situation at the Oscars. We're like, we might as well give them every Oscar.
It's true. They do that. They didn't do that for Avatar. But they gave it to them all the first time or whatever. But,
Yeah, because
or Wicked for Good.
Rhythm X's talent level is just so incredibly high.
Are you suggesting, and you're not, I'm going to put words in your mouth, that we could have a DCI 2025 Part 2 where the strongest performing group is going to beat the better show? My words. I prefer RCC show. I think it is the better show.
Yes.
Much like Boom versus, I've already forgotten the name of the show.
Effect.
Observer Effect.
Speaking of which, I don't think
Aaron, you're here.
Yeah, I don't think we talked about this last week, but Will sent me a more recent video of RCC.
Oh, okay.
And they added something.
They added something.
And I feel like it is a direct shot at Rhythm X.
Yes.
Because Rhythm X is playing. They have some rapping by NF. Right?
That's right, which you have said you hate.
And I think RCC responded in turn with they actually respected white rapper or group, I should say, because they added some Beastie Boys into.
They put a bit of
show.
Intergalactic in there, and it works.
It's great.
It's during the James Zoom part.
The little dance.
Yeah.
Break that they have.
Yeah, that is the best. That is my favorite part of that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's just so many great parts of that show.
When I saw it, I was like, oh, they probably haven't added anything new. They probably just added the end of the show.
The ending,
and then they completely changed the choreo for that part. They completely changed some, and I'm like,
it's a good observation.
whoa, this is so cool.
Observer effect right there.
This is so cool. Like, wow, they're actually doing rapping good.
I'll tell you, I would rather be RCC right now, competing against Pulse, competing against Rhythm X, because they need to get better at cleaning.
Yeah, because a few weeks ago, I was like, oh, RCC is going to win. This show is generational.
It is.
I think the talent of Rhythm X is so strong that they might. I do think it's going to be the same situation last year where Rhythm X wins music, RCC wins visual, and it's going to come down to whoever wins effect.
I think it's going to be RCC. Luckily, I don't have to judge them.
Hopefully, but, you know.
Wow.
I think it could happen.
This is exciting. I love that Aaron contributed to the WGI Percussion conversation.
Yeah.
Hey, this weekend in band, we have no WGI shows, so we're going to just talk about our 3 in-state circuits. I will briefly just mention NTCA because your boy is judging that, so I'm just going to mention it, and I will not say anything else about it. But let's start at TECA for the UTSA Percussion Contest, which I don't even think is at UTSA, right? Or is that color guard that says UTSA, but it's at O'Connor High School? Like, I'm not really sure. Maybe UTSA is just like hosting it, but UTSA Indoor Drumline will be there. They're competing against nobody else. An independent open at 1:42 p.m. Go
I have
check
a
them out.
prediction. I think they're going to win. I think they're going to win open in that contest.
Oh, I thought you meant like a date, and I was like, that's a pretty. We're gonna. You know what?
I think they're going to win that
I'm
contest.
cleverly gonna edit this so that.
No.
Wouldn't that be something?
We all know you use AI to edit, so.
That's true. You know what? I'm sorry, Slack nerds. I do use AI to edit it. I don't want to do that. The editing is I don't get paid to do this. Cypress Ranch High School for TCGC. I do believe this is like semifinals for PSA because you have so many. I think this is where you determine which groups go on to state finals in their seeding or whatever. But if we look at it in Scholastic Open, Sonia Sotomayor and Jordan High School from Fulshire, Texas will be there going head to head. In PSW, Clearbrook, Bridgeland, and Cy Fair going head to head. So that's good. All we're missing is Burleson Centennial, but they just saw each other. And that's everybody that's attending Dayton that is performing at Cypress Ranch. And then we get to the aforementioned NTCA at Burleson High School. Do not come talk to me or say anything while I'm judging. That just won't. Unless you're in critique, then you can say, what's up? How dare you say that bad thing about my group or whatever. Or the good group. I don't know. Weatherford High School PSA, they are performing, going to nationals. Central High School in PSA, they are also performing, going to nationals. Saginaw in PSO is going. And then we get to Chisholm Trail, South Lake Carroll, also in PSO. They're going. And then we close with Burleson Centennial being the sole percussion scholastic world group. Do you have a hot take about Burleson Centennial at NTCA, Willie?
No.
Oh.
I don't.
I think they're going to win. I can say that because they're the only group there. And
No, you should cut it and say they're going to win.
I'll do that later. We haven't done one of these in a while, but in Inside the Arc, it's like a main topic where we dig into something somewhat related to music or band in general, and you'd have to be living under a rock, to not be aware that there is we didn't officially declare it war because somebody did not go through the proper channels and go through Congress. A strike, a tiff. We are engaged in a Middle East conflict. A scuffling. And oftentimes, these things happen so far across the country, across the world, that they, other than certain factors, they don't really affect us, right? It was weird to be flying to Italy a few weeks ago and I'm in Italy and people are shooting bombs, hundreds, thousands of miles away. But, life goes on, blah, blah, blah. But we have this big thing coming up in a few weeks, 2 different weeks. For WGI Championships, color guard 1 week, and then Easter, and then the next week is percussion and winds. And you might be wondering, those out there, what does a conflict, a scuffle, a tiff in Iran between the United States and Israel, what does that have to do with stuff? Well, how do you get there? How do you get to Dayton? And isn't how do you get there? No, literally, how do you get there? You have to use oil. You have to use oil. You have to use gas. Whether you ride a bus, whether you drive a car, whether you get on a plane. All of that is affected. And the reason that I wanted to bring it up is because I think that we may have some shenanigans going into either of the weeks if this whole thing continues. And the reason I say that is because Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy basically said that if the shutdown continues into this week, because he said this last week, if it continues into this week, they may have to shut down some airports so that they can maintain security at other airports. And How do you determine which airports get shut down? Quote, you're going to see some small airports, I believe, shut down. Small airports. Okay, that's fine. Now, Duffy did not specify which airports might be affected. However, the FAA classifies 74 American airports as small hubs who receive by 0.25% of annual U.S. passenger boardings. There's also 42 medium hubs. Medium hubs is like Portland International, Memphis International, and then airports in Puerto Rico and Guam. Is that the way I said that? Thank you. So, again, I am saying, well, I think this is going to affect it potentially affect, because small hub airports, they're still considered primary airports. They get more than 10,000 passenger boardings per year. But we keep saying Dayton because it's in Dayton, Ohio. Dayton, Ohio, the crossroads of America. I just made that up. I don't know. What's the crossroads of America? Indy? Might be. Doesn't matter. There's a long list of airports that could potentially be closed. And on that list, surprise, surprise, James M. Cox, Dayton International, Ohio. You might be saying, that's cool. I can fly into other airports. And you're right. So far, Columbus is not on that list, nor is CVG, which is in Cincinnati. It's very close. You could still fly in there. However, Louisville is going to be potentially closed, and Lexington potentially closed. So you've cut off 3 airports in the Midwest that people potentially would fly to. Now, you haven't been to Dayton as a performer, right? No. Did you ever go as a performer? When you did you go to Atlanta with Westwood?
Yes.
Fly or bus?
Bus.
Oh, did you ever go on a trip with Cedar Ridge?
Atlanta.
Fly or bus?
Bus.
Bus. Yeah, so you might be saying, that's cool. We can just ride buses. And you're right. More than likely, a lot of these groups can ride buses. But much like anything, when they're travel companies, they buy gas based on, they give you a quote based on the price of gas. If I'm independent group and they're like, we're going to charge you $5,000, I'm just making that number up, and you go, great, we've got $5,000, and they come back and go, it's going to be $8,500 now because of gas. Where are those guys going to get that extra $3,500? Because independent groups are like, you think restaurants have small margins. These independent groups are basically duct tape and bubble gum keeping everything together, especially financially. So you have that as an issue. But an even larger issue, I think, that people are not considering is, how do the adults get to Dayton? And by the adults, I mean the judges, WGI staff that don't live in Dayton, or the people that just fly in to work the multiple venues. Let's not forget the exhibitors that go in there. Like, you have all of these groups. In fact, this weekend, we had a show at Mo and Gene Johnson. I say that, TCGC. And one of the judges couldn't get in because of transportation issues. Now, this was more TSA, I imagine, or delays or cancellations. But regardless, he couldn't get there. They found a judge because there's a lot of local judges. It wasn't me, but I was asked. But I said no. But anyway, so that's good. That's a potential issue. But here's another issue that's way more probably important to people. The audience. If you're parents aren't going to ride a bus. If my kid's involved in this, I'll go, I'll see you there, and I'm going to fly. They fly. Fans, like myself, like you, if you were going to go and if you cared, you would go. Alumni that want to see their group. They just aged out. They're X1307 or whatever, and they want to go see Rhythm X maybe win, according to Hot Take Willem. And then the designers that work so hard and get paid peanuts. They want to go see this. I don't say this to scare people. COVID canceled. We had virtual the next year, right? Or something like that. I don't remember how it all worked. But I guess to put it to the youngsters, maybe I'm missing something. But should WGI in general, the fans, the designers, the marching, blah, 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 be a little scared about what this conflict in Iran could mean for WGI World Championships?
I think it's going to happen. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some groups drop out over the next few weeks. I want to believe that WGI is already taking the steps to make sure they have backup judges and staff on call who will be able to be there in the case of any transportation issues for anybody. It's going to be interesting how the next few weeks go with this, I think.
I agree. Yeah. I agree.
And also with if like the airports don't shut down, if everything goes, I guess, according to hopeful, the equipment trucks still have to drive.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
And the gas prices for those are going to be...
Because those are usually diesel, right?
Yeah.
It's $5 right now as of March 23rd. It's $5 a gallon.
Well, here.
Yes. Oh, that's
Yeah.
In California, it's like $8 or $9.
That's true. Because we are in Austin, Texas. You know, cattle and oil. So our gas prices tend to be lower than the other states.
I mean,
That's
filled
a
up.
great point.
Yeah, I filled up for $50.
I did too.
Which is insane
Correct.
for Texas.
Correct.
But
Yeah. Hey, who do you blame for that?
you can guess.
I
You can
drove
guess.
up and back down from Dallas.
You have a big old truck.
Yeah.
I have horrible gas mileage.
Yeah, what do you get?
and
16 gallons?
16
miles
16
to the
miles per
gallon?
gallon.
Wow. Hey, but at least it helps for all your hauling on the farm and the ranch, right?
Nope.
I didn't even think about the truck.
He helps me move. He's helped
Yeah,
me move.
I
He
did.
moved my
yeah, I did help
couch.
you move.
That's a friend.
so-
That's a friend.
Yes.
Did
You still
you
haven't
cook
paid
for
me.
him?
No, I'm just
Did
kidding.
you give him some
I-
barbecue?
I gave him some cake one time. I got him Tumble 22 another time. So yeah,
Yeah.
I take care.
I took him to Tumble 22. Yeah. He didn't like it, he said. I'm just kidding. But you're right. I didn't even think about the equipment truck. And all this to say, and we won't go into it, well, if this continues into April and May, then we have to have a serious discussion about how this potentially impacts the summer. Because all those people run buses. And food costs, everything's affected by the cost of oil. You know,
And with Blue Coats having to drive all the way across the country from Ohio to...
do you know what else goes through the Strait of Hormuz? Besides oil and gas. Natural gas, obviously. Aluminum or aluminium. I don't know anything about props, but is aluminium part of props?
aluminum is in a lot of things.
So if I'm a drum corps
these-
or band waiting, my camera. I was like,
yeah,
what are you pointing
the
at?
camera arms, the cameras, the desks,
that makes sense.
all this stuff over here.
I mean, but
That's
if
all-
your props, if you're using steel, metal, whatever, and oil, I mean, this is a bad situation, potentially. I know it in the grand scheme of things, it's not a big deal, right? Because there's larger things to worry about. But because this is a band centric channel, this is our world right now. But yeah, so everyone out there should be prepared for something. Maybe everything goes perfectly, everything's fine. You just pay a lot more money to get there, and that's fine. But in a bend don't break type of activity, there's gonna be a lot of groups that may break, may go broke. Hopefully not, but I hope the smart decisions, as Aaron was saying, are being made. Some tough decisions. Do we go to Dayton and maybe not come out next year, or do we put the brakes on so that we can have a good season, continue to have a good season after this? I don't know. We'll see. But doesn't just affect the Middle East; it affects band in general. My favorite. I say that all the time. I got so many different favorite segments, but I love it when Hot Take Willie B gives us all the DCI leaks and rumors that he has amassed over the last week. What do you have for us? Name names, be specific, and hold no bars.
I haven't heard much.
Oh, God. Boo.
I've
Everyone's
heard
booing.
a little bit more of Cavies.
Cavaliers? The Cavaliers?
The Cavaliers. It's pretty good.
No, I haven't. You didn't play. I mean, I was
Pretty
late,
good.
but
But I probably won't get anything for another 2 weeks. But then I'll probably get like a big
sure.
mass influx of leaks in the next few weeks.
Mass influx?
Yeah.
All right. Well, this was a very
Amazing.
well
Yep.
thought out, well researched segment of DCI leaks and rumors. Last week, we started our DCI World Champions Bracket to go along with March Madness, which the first weekend has completed by both the men's and women's. And hey, the UT men are in the Sweet 16.
I watched all the games. I was actually in at Burleson finals during that game.
Oh my gosh.
And the service was so bad that you couldn't watch it.
Oh, okay.
So me and a friend who are both UT fans,
Yep.
we were looking at the score, like on ESPN,
Yeah.
just refreshing it, just looking while watching the shows. And then we saw that like they won, or like they got the last three to put them up
Yeah.
and like seal the win.
Yeah.
And then
You're cheering
We
during,
tried not to like be loud.
during a Burleson Centennial emotional ballad. You're going crazy.
I think it was during. I think it was during UTSA.
Oh, all right. That
Or
still
something
counts.
like that. And
Yes. Well, last week we did the first 2 rounds, the round of 55 and then the round of 32. And it gave us our Sweet 16, which we are going to talk about our Sweet 16 bracket and then our Elite 8 bracket and leave you with the groups that will be in the Final 4. Because by the time we come back next week, we will know who's in the Final 4 and then the championship game. So we're going to start at the top and go all the way down, and then the right all the way down. Because at this point, our brackets are probably all over the place. Please say the 2 shows and then your winner. So we're going to start with Willie B. Here we go, top left.
this is the third bracket. Okay.
Yes.
So I have Fellini-esque and Inventions.
Oh, and your winner?
Fellini-esque.
Oh, okay. All right. Hold on. All right. I had Downside Up versus Inventions for a New Millennium. Inventions for the New Millennium. Oh. That was my winner. Inventions for a New Millennium. That's right. I'm a hater, apparently.
I like this. I have Fellini-esque and Rhythms at the Edge of Time.
Oh.
I actually have Rhythms at the Edge of Time.
Woo! Wow, we have
different-
three.
Yeah.
This is awesome. See, this is what we want. This is what we want. All right, second one, Willie.
Second one, I have Changes Everything and Ghostlight. And I have Changes Everything as my...
I have Machine versus Phantom of the Opera. My winner is Machine.
Shocker.
I have Changes Everything versus Ghostlight. And I chose Changes Everything. And I had to rewatch the shows. I had them really close together.
Yeah.
And then I think I want Changes Everything. I went back and looked at my top 25 list from last year's show.
Yep.
I had Ghostlight over Changes Everything, but it was like my 2 spots. So yeah, super close for me.
Yeah. 8 and 9 kind of thing. All right. Next bracket, bottom left.
I have We Are the Future and My Spanish Heart.
Uh-huh.
My Spanish Heart.
I had the exact same thing. We Were Future, My Spanish Heart. I chose My Spanish Heart.
Ditto.
Oh my God, do we all have the same?
Yeah, My Spanish Heart.
Nice.
Over We Are the Future.
All right. This one was one of 2 incredibly difficult choices for me. Bottom left, here we go, Willie.
I had 007
Yep.
and Cutouts.
Oh.
And I did have one that I picked like yesterday.
Did you just erase it?
And then I forgot that I changed it today. I'm going with 007.
I had to go listen. I had 007 and Revolution and Triumph. It was tough, but I also selected 007.
I also had 007 and Revolution and Triumph. I did not need a rewatch. I just loved Revolution and Triumph that much.
That's a good. I hear you, man. I hear you. That was a tough. That one's a tough one. All right, top right. We'll start with Aaron Blackleaf. Who'd you got?
I had Frameworks and Stonehenge.
Mm-hmm.
I did end up going with Stonehenge.
I'll kill you. I'm gonna kill you. I don't. In what world? I think you're just trying to be a hipster.
Frameworks is like a hipster. It's an amazing show. It doesn't. I don't get as much enjoyment out of it.
Tickle you.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it doesn't tickle me. Stonehenge tickles me though.
I had Frameworks and Boom. Of course, I picked Frameworks.
I had Frameworks and Stonehenge, and I picked Frameworks.
Oh, I was going to say, you can't double cross me either, really. The other hardest selection in this round for me, Aaron, what do we have?
I had Scouts 98 or 88. Sorry.
Thank you.
And the Phenomenon of Cool.
Oh,
and I went with the Phenomenon of Cool.
It's a toughie. I also had Madison 1988 and A Defiant Heart by Phantom Regiment. And after a long think, Madison Scouts 1988.
I did not have Madison Scouts 1988.
Wow,
I had Tempest Blue versus Phenomenon of Cool. And I went with Phenomenon of Cool.
I would have of those, yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say that whole like small part of the bracket going back down to like Tempest Blue down to Defiant Heart.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. I think that's the hardest.
Correct. Yeah.
They're the hardest like sub bracket.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, just the way it went. Someone also talked about like Roman images versus like just you get all of these. Because you get some bangers, and unfortunately someone's got to exit. All right, bottom right hand corner.
I had Niagara Falls versus Metamorph, and I chose Niagara Falls.
A man of culture. I had Niagara Falls, and as time goes by, surprise, surprise, Niagara Falls.
I had Niagara Falls and Metamorph, and I chose Niagara Falls.
That's right. As one should.
As one should.
All right, bottom right, last one in the Sweet 16.
All right, I had Cabaret Voltaire and Through a Glass Darkly. I chose Through a Glass Darkly.
Through a Glass Blackly. I had Roman Images versus Club Blue, and I picked Club Blue.
I had Cabaret Voltaire and Through a Glass Darkly, and I chose Cabaret Voltaire.
That takes us to our Elite Eight. Elite Eight, where we will announce who we had, and then your winner. And then that would be our final four. We'll recap it, and that's where we'll come back next week. Before we go on, we're not gonna read it out. I'm gonna read, because I filled out the entire bracket. We did get an email. Someone wanted to send us their bracket. So next, when we do our winners, I will say what they got, and we'll discuss. So if you want to share your bracket with us, you can go ahead and email it to us or whatever, and we can discuss it and see how ridiculous your selections were if you didn't pick what I picked, or some hipster Blue Devil show or Boom for Willie. All right, top left in the Elite Eight. Tell us your two shows and your winner.
My two shows. This is really hard. Fellini-esque and Changes Everything.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, who? All right, I know who I think you would pick. All right, go.
This could change tomorrow.
Changes
This could
everything.
change a week from now. This could flip-flop. But today, I'm feeling Fellini-esque.
Wow, I would have picked Changes Everything.
It would change. Tomorrow, my opinion would be Changes Everything. And then, like, this weekend, my opinion would be Fellini-esque again.
My first Elite Eight matchup is Inventions for a New Millennium versus Machine. I'm going to look at Willie when I say this. Inventions for a New Millennium. You thought I was going to say Machine.
I did think it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm changing mine back. I'm going Changes Everything.
What? As long as it's on your bracket.
I'm changing
So you're back to Changes Everything?
Back to Changes Everything.
Are you going to change it again?
No, not changing.
All right, Aaron, top left.
I had Rhythms at the Edge of Time and Changes Everything. And I chose Change is
Both of y'all
Everything.
did. Okay, you're youngsters. That's fine. All right, bottom left bracket. This one was ridiculous for me. So hard. Pause. Willie, what do you got?
I have My Spanish Heart and 007.
I listened to them before I came.
They're so difficult.
It really is.
Because I thought it was like, Fellini-esque and Change, that's the hardest one. But then Spanish Heart and 007, that's the hardest one. I changed this one 4 times in the last 10 minutes.
Is that what you keep erasing?
007.
Woo! Wow, he did it. I too had Spanish Heart versus 007. I walked my dog. This is why I was late, and I was listening to them both. I had to make a decision. I went with 007.
I had My Spanish Heart and Revolution and Triumph. And I chose Revolution and Triumph.
This is Revolution and Triumph was a 37 seed. And Aaron's taking them all the way to the
run.
final. Cinderella. Final four, the first Cavaliers Championship show. All right, top right, Aaron. Tell us who you had and who you picked.
I had a Stonehenge and Phenomenon of Cool.
Might as well shoot me.
I chose Phenomenon of Cool.
Phenomenon of Cool, a 7 seed. All right, we'll allow that one. I'm going to sneeze real quick.
Bless you.
That was my dad sneeze. Thank you. I had Frameworks versus Madison Scouts 1988. 2 allegiances. By blood, my brother March Framework. By heart, the Madison Scouts. My favorite drum corps of all time. I got to write for them. Frameworks was my choice. I went with Frameworks. That was a tough choice, but I went with Frameworks.
I had Frameworks and Phenomenon of Cool.
Don't make me kill you.
And I went with Frameworks.
Okay.
That one wasn't a very hard choice for me.
No, not at all. Which is why I would have been upset if you had like. All right, Aaron. Bottom right-hand corner.
I had Niagara Falls versus Through a Glass Darkly.
As you should.
And I chose Through a Glass Darkly.
I'm not even going to look at them. I had Niagara Falls versus Club Blue, and I did the right thing and selected Niagara Falls.
Well, I had Niagara Falls and Cabaret Voltaire. And I chose Cabaret
I
Voltaire.
hate you both. Change it.
No.
I'm going to change it in post, in editing.
No.
So it looks like Willie
Cabaret
said.
Voltaire.
All right, Willie, name your final four.
My final four is Changes Everything, 007,
Yep.
Frameworks, and Cabaret Voltaire.
My final four, Inventions for a New Millennium, 007, Frameworks, and Niagara Falls, 3 Cavalier shows. Yes, I know.
My final four is Changes Everything, Revolution and Triumph, The Phenomenon of Cool, and Through a Glass Darkly.
So you have 2 Blue Devils.
Yes.
I have 3 Cavaliers. Do you have 2 or more of one group?
I have 2 Cavaliers.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And then
But we all have Cavaliers.
But we all have the Cavaliers. This is going to be very exciting because next week we will do our final four and then our champion. That's going to be exciting. I imagine we all have an idea of whoever each other are going to pick, especially if you followed along in our top 25 DCI shows of the last 25 years, which pretty much every show. Nope. You have Revolution and Triumph, which is a 1992. I have Inventions for a New Millennium, which is a 99. What's your oldest show you have?
Frameworks, I think.
2002? Yeah. Okay. All right. I mean, you're not that old, so it's okay. It's okay.
I watch every show. I watch every winning show.
A few weeks ago, Willie sent a cosmic sonic boom with Pressboxd.
Yes.
And every week he gives us an update, whatever kind of update he wants. Maybe he changed some code, Matrix style. Maybe he has some new features. I don't know. So what's new in the Pressboxd world, Willie?
Absolutely nothing.
Oh.
I have not messed with it at all.
Would you take a break? Did you have
Yeah,
work on
I
your
was
real
busy.
job?
I was busy.
Well, how many users we got now?
We are at 219, I think.
All right, a little slower growth. It's
219.
slowed a little bit.
Yep.
Can you regale us with the has the top 5 changed or whatever from the whatever that you did last week?
Yes, it has.
All right.
It has changed.
All right, so this is over everyone overall, right? And
This
then
is
critics.
overall with everybody.
All right, overall, is it top 5 or what do you have?
This is top 5.
Okay,
or
go.
should I do top 10?
Ooh,
Let's do top 10.
top 10.
do top 10.
And, hey, slow and sexy from the bottom.
Number 10
Thank you.
with a 4.59 average
That's pretty high for a 10.
is For the Common Good. Carolina Crown
already hate this list.
2012. Ninth
Mm-hmm.
with a 4.59 as well. It's high pretty much. E equals MC squared.
Cool. Carolina Crown.
8th,
Thank God. He's pointing at me. It's going to be a Cavalier show.
4.6.
4.6, okay.
But only 5 ratings.
Shush. Inventions for a New Millennium.
Little Santa Clara Vanguard. All right, yeah.
7th,
Mm-hmm.
4.62.
Thank you.
That one second.
Oh, that's heavily influenced by the two of you, I imagine.
Oh, I don't have it rated that high.
6th, falling out of the top 5.
Ooh.
Falling out of the top 4.
Oh.
With a 4.62 as well. Kinetic Noise.
That should be higher.
Number 5,
All right, here we go.
with a 4.63. Roman Images.
Wow. I have to imagine people my age are beefing that score up.
With 24 ratings. No, a lot of people my age are giving it.
Oh, wow.
Giving it scandals.
I imagine the people who vote for that also like vote for Crown.
Number 4, with a 4.65, is Frameworks.
Right. All right. I'll allow that.
And then the top 3 have not changed.
No.
3, 4.71 is Changes Everything. 2, 4.73 is Cabaret Voltaire. And then 1 with a 4.76 is Fellini-esque.
Okay. Why don't we go to the true people who know what they're talking about? The critics.
Number 10
Yeah.
for critics, so the 4.75.
Oh, see, it's higher.
But there's also not that many critics. Because Blue Knights 2015. Number 9 with also a 4.75. Garden of Love.
Do I like that one? What's the one before Garden of Love?
Riffs.
Riffs and Revolutions.
I like that one better than Garden of Love.
Okay.
Sorry.
8, also with a 4.75.
Wow.
To Look for America, Blue Coats. 7 with a 4.83, Roman Images.
Wow.
6 with a 4.83, Ghostlight. 5 with a 4.86, Kinetic Noise.
Oh.
4 with a 4.89, that one's second. Third with a 4.93, Fellini-esque. 2,
Ooh.
also with a 4.93, Fellini-esque. And then first place with a perfect.
Wait, you said Fellini-esque twice.
Changes Everything, I mean.
Changes everything.
Is number 2. And then number 1 with a perfect 5 still, Cabaret Voltaire.
Oh, come on. You mean to tell me there's no Cavaliers shows in that top 10 from the critics?
Nope.
The highest one is Spin Cycle at 15.
As it should be, the highest one. Is am I the only one that rated Spin Cycle?
No, there's
there's
7.
7.
That it has 7.
Am I the only one that gave it a perfect 5?
No, there's. I gave it a perfect 5.
There's
so.
3 perfect 5 critic
There's 3 perfect 5 critics.
I'm not going to go in and just like randomly rate groups shows low just to mess with their numbers.
Should I go to lowest rated? I think that'd be really funny.
Can you do the bottom 5, like the 5th lowest rated, the 4th, 3rd, 2nd
Yeah.
one?
Yeah,
Okay. All right. This is. You know what? Do 10 because we've been doing 10.
Okay.
All right.
I will say the 10. It's very much.
Trolled.
It's very much recency stuff.
Okay.
Like nobody's gone to like 2008 and
Oh,
found a
okay.
show.
So this is the 10. No, this is everybody, right? You don't need to do critics.
This is everybody.
All right, number 10.
10 with a 1.5
Oh
average
my
rating.
gosh.
Unharnessed Blue Knights 2023.
I don't even know that one. I couldn't even tell you.
Even though I don't think that show is that. It's not that.
That's why it's 10.
Number 9 with a 1.39 is Game On.
Ooh,
Cavaliers
God.
2015.
That's not even their worst show.
Yeah. Number 8 with a 1.25, A Mobius Trip, Crossman 2022.
That is one of their top 3 not best shows.
Number 7 with a 1.2 is This New World, Phantom 2018.
Show's not that bad.
It's not.
You know, I Am Joan is worse, so you better say I Am Joan is coming up.
It's down there, but it's not in the top 10. Number 6 with a 1.2 as well, Beneath the Armor,
Yeah.
Cavaliers 2024.
That was the face.
It was
faces
the
one.
yeah.
The backdrop.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, all right, I'm there. I'm there with you.
Number 5 with a 1.04. Vibe, Blue Knights 2022.
It's tough because I don't know if that's the second or first worst show by Blue Knights. We're about to find out. All right.
Number 4 with a 0.83, Piano Man, Academy 2013.
That's not fair. I mean, it's not fair because it's like I want to see the big dogs down there.
Well,
I don't even remember Piano Man.
Well, number 3 with a 0.78 is Behold, Cadets 2019.
Was that the Do Better?
Yes.
We should all do better. Yeah.
Okay, that counts.
That was the show about like empowering women, and they used only male composers.
And then they throw the woman off down the stairs, didn't they?
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that insane percussion,
It would be.
that show would be much lower.
Yeah.
So that was third?
Yeah.
Third worst?
Number 2.
I know who the first worst is, I'm sure.
Number 2 is a 0.7, Beyond Boundaries, Troopers 2019.
I don't even remember.
That was when they were supposed to play Star Trek, but then they didn't.
And the thing is, I don't think it's that. I don't think it's.
I don't
that.
remember
I don't think
it.
it's second worst show.
I think
okay.
it's-
So we know who's last, right?
It's a painfully
Yes.
boring show.
Okay, I need to. Okay, so what was the score of the second group? 0.75?
0.7,
0.7. What is the score for the lowest ranked show so far?
0.66.
That's too high.
And with 56 ratings,
Is that the most? Like
it is I think it's the most rated show on this entire site, or it might be like it's top 3 for sure. With a 0.66 is Crosswalking, Crossman.
was that last year?
It was this past year, and might I say, I agree. It is.
If we're ranking Crossman shows, it's definitely. Yeah, I would agree.
I got the, when I was at DCI Championships last year.
Humble brag.
You made sure to sit.
Yeah, I made sure to get the side 2 experience because for like the first 5 minutes
What
of
was
the
it
show,
like?
you couldn't tell what was going on at all. And I was like looking at all the spectators all around me. We were all like looking out this way, like trying to distance, can't see anything.
And that idea is not new. In fact, when Irmo made Grand National Finals for the first time, like in the early 2000s, their show was, I think it was like Conquest, and it was the same thing. Like they were conquesting the field. So I get it, but I don't want to hold drum corps to a different standard, but I almost you kind of should. So,
and the lowest critic shows.
Yeah.
I'm only gonna give the top 5.
Okay.
Because it only recognizes it if there's at least 5 ratings.
Okay.
And some of them don't have 5 ratings.
All right.
So I'm only going to do the
from the
bottom
critics.
5.
Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I am a critic on your website.
But you haven't rated some of these.
Oh, okay, good. I'm pretty sure I rated one of those other
Number 5 with a 1 critic score with a 1 is Beyond Boundaries Trooper 2019.
Okay, I didn't rank that.
Number 4 with a 0.58.
Oh my God, this is even lower than.
With a 0.58 is Vibe Blue Nets 2022. Number 3 with a 0.5 is Beast Carolina Crown 2018.
Wait. The critics decided that. Because I think most of us would agree that show is not particularly great.
I mean, I know what I gave it.
But the bandos, does Carolina Crown do no wrong to the bandos? So I can see why. What is Beast's every score?
Beast's every score is a 1.6.
Oh, okay. So the consensus is that it's not as good. I thought for sure you were going to tell me it's like a 3.7.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So that is the third lowest show in the critics? The 0.5 you said?
Yes. But it's also tied with number 2.
Oh.
Number 2 is also a 0.5, and it is Beneath the Armor Cavaliers 2024.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
And the lowest rated critic show with a 0.08.
What? How can a show get 0.0 and it had to have 5 rankings, right?
It had
with
to have
6
5.
ratings.
It has
6 ratings. Oh my God.
ratings.
Wait. Let me, what show would a critic rate that badly? Oh, okay. So you've already said Vibe. Mm-hmm. You haven't said Busk yet. Is Busk worse than Vibe?
No.
No, it's not.
Okay, I'm not gonna go for a big dog. It's probably got to be somebody that doesn't exist anymore. Angels and Demons.
No.
That's wishful thinking.
You're overthinking it.
You're overthinking.
Okay, who is it?
It's Crosswalking.
Oh, it's still Crosswalking?
Yeah, it's Crosswalking. A 0.08.
You know what? You're right. The critics would rate it harder because I'm pretty sure I ranked Crosswalking. Did I rank Crosswalking?
No, you have not. Oof. You have not yet.
Oof. Are you able to see what my lowest ranking of a show is?
Yes, I can.
Is it only you can see that, or anyone can see?
Anyone can see.
All right, because we already know the ones I'm giving 5 stars to. But I need to know the lowest ranked show.
Well, you've barely rated anything. The lowest thing you has a 2.5.
What show is that?
Angels Demons.
Yeah, because it's the bandiest show ever. Oh, what's more? I know we do this every week. What's more bandier, Angels and Demons or Boom?
Boom.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
Angels and Demons at least has visual design.
I think Angels and Demons and Inferno are like the 2 bandiest shows in drum corps. That would potential champion show and boom. But top 3, those are all 3 band shows. Wow, this truly might be my favorite segment. We should do this every week. I
can't wait for all the. It's so negative. Everything is so negative.
It is.
We're all so negative.
They love that. It increases the clicks, gets us engagement.
It was empty comments and bad attitudes.
Yeah. I need more of y'all out there than to rank and review.
And if you disagree, go rate them yourself.
Yeah, and if
because this is the general public. This isn't. And
look, I think as I have learned from doing this show over the last few years, when it was by myself, and then with Aiden, and now with you 2 squirrels, people like opinions. Like they don't want you just going like the Cavaliers did this show and blah blah blah. They want to I don't really like that show. I don't think Game On's the worst Cavaliers show. Behind the Armor? Beyond the Armor? What is it?
Beneath the Armor.
Beneath the Armor? In recent memory, probably. I don't know. What was the 8th place show?
15 Minutes of Fame.
Ooh, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, that one wasn't good.
I don't know.
It's not worse.
Beyond the Armor might be. Is that the one that got 11th?
Yeah, it was the one. Yeah,
because that was the one that Scouts made finals with Mosaic, right?
Yeah, and
Mosaic's a better show. But the percussion.
They almost beat Cavies.
Yeah. I think, it's interesting because I Am Joan, that got 12th place, right?
I Am Joan on.
Probably not the best Phantom Regiment show of the last
I Am Joan is
25 years.
15th lowest.
I think it's better than New World Show.
I think
New World Show is better than I Am Joan.
I think it's hard for me to say because I feel like I Am Joan was, even though they play slower, it was performed a lot better.
It's also like an I don't know because I never went to go back and rewatch
Yeah.
those shows. So it's
I remember
always
watching
fade
the
out.
first version of I Am Joan, and it was
It got better throughout the
It
year.
did get better.
it had no choice but to get better.
Yeah.
And if Spirit
I,
had a better core, they could have beat them.
My
but-
comment, and this is me being full negative.
oh, great. This is finally the real Willie B.
My comment on I Am Joan, my review of it, I said I Am Joan, more like, man, this blows.
You could have gone with I Am Groaning. Okay.
Nah.
We'll be here all night.
'Cause
Should we do a segment where we discuss the worst show by all the drum corps?
you guys are only being negative. I cannot wait for those
We
comments.
literally devoted an entire show to the top 25 shows of the last 25 years. We are, to a fault, more positive than negative. But we are allowed, this is what I've said, and I'll say it to the face of anyone who argues with me about this. If it's an independent group, drum corps, or WGI, they're fair game as far as I'm concerned.
Gloves are off.
And we are not talking about negative like, boy, that soloist really sucked. We are talking about the things that the adults control.
Whenever I talk about like design and stuff, people always go like, "Oh, they work so hard." I'm like, I'm never talking about the
That's the thing.
performers.
So we
they
are
never get it.
We
I'm
are
never
negative
talking
about the
performers.
adults. And as an arranger myself, I'm allowed to talk bad about other arrangements.
for
Because people talk
example-
bad about me. I don't care.
For
'Cause I have a
example-
thick skin. If you're going to design and create, you need to have a thick skin. All right?
For example,
Stop complaining so much.
Boston this past year, one of the most talented corps ever.
I would argue they the most
Yeah,
talented.
I would say
Like the
I-
greatest corps probably
Agreed.
ever.
Agreed.
If they had a better show, they would have won by like 2 points.
This should have been their second or third DCI World Championship.
yeah, their design is just that's the weak point. It's
And-
not the performance.
Yeah, between
Angels and Demons?
just like Blue Coats last year. Their
Crown
performance
almost every
wasn't
year in the
quite
2010.
the same level as Changes Everything.
Yeah.
And I don't think the show has reached the heights of Changes Everything either. Mm-hmm. But if Blue Coats had a slightly better show or a slightly more talented group, Blue Coats would have won.
Correct.
Easily.
Correct. Like when you go back and listen to these championship shows, like I can listen to 007 and go like, it's not amazing, but design carried them and the core was just good enough. And I don't know who the second place core was. Faust? No, Machine was Faust.
It was a summer mix, the Blue Devil show.
Love that. That show is just cool, but it doesn't have the juice to win. You go back to Downside Up, and that's not a clean show, especially visually.
It is not a clean show, but it is.
But it is
generational.
It is generationally cool, and it changed the entire activity forever. So
Old people might say for the worse. But,
yeah,
that's why they're old.
old people are why we are in the conflict we are in the Middle East. Hey, so that's this episode of the program. Let us know in the comment section down below what you think about all our hot take willies. And pause. And our truths and Blackleys. That works for me. And let us know your picks in the DCI World Champions Bracket. Let us know if you think we're full of it for talking bad about certain shows, or not bad. We're just reading your rankings and ratings and then commenting on them.
Agreeing or
I
disagreeing.
don't call it negativity. I just call it everyone has an opinion, and you all do this in the back of the bus or at the bar or in text threads or Slacks or Discords. Let's not get all pious and high and mighty. I can't believe it. Nope. We talked about it already. It's art. Art is meant to be criticized, and if you can't handle the criticism, boy, are you in the wrong activities.
And the comments will never change how we think, so it doesn't matter.
I mean, how many people's opinions were changed because of a Facebook post? Especially the ones that go, I do not give Facebook permission to use my likeness or my photos. Do this now. And Facebook legally can't use it. And you signed up the terms of service. Get off the internet, Grandma. Anything for the good of the order? No? Aaron B? Okay. We'll see y'all next week. Fill out your brackets. Send it to us. Go drums.